Well, to kick it off, I want to say a big welcome to everyone joining us tonight. As you can tell already, we're all from all different countries. Some of you guys are in Australia, some of you guys are still overseas. Very thankful for everyone for joining us. My name is Isabel. I'll be the sort of MC moderator tonight. And then we have our guest speaker, Jeff, who's going to be leading the session. So as you all know, tonight's workshop is all about how to develop a strong LinkedIn presence. And just before we begin, I'm just going to do a few introductory words on Study New South Wales. Jeff, if you wouldn't mind going to the next slide.
Sure, yeah.
Thank you. So as you know, Study New South Wales is a government agency that is dedicated to looking after the experience of international students. And they do this by creating a bunch of programs and initiatives, helping you guys out for your employability and helping support your welfare as well. Next slide, please. Thank you. And if you guys want to see a quick overview, here are some of the things that they do. So through a lot of partner projects, you might find all these different programs done by different companies that they help out. There's also this employability workshop series, which you're currently watching. If you're interested in seeing the full program, you can go onto the site. There's a bunch of other topics as well, for example, like stress relief, digital marketing, how to network. I believe there's still a couple of weeks left, so it would be really cool if you guys join in more of those. And then, yeah, next slide, please. As I mentioned, it's not just educational self-development or employability that Study New South Wales helps out. They also have a lot of initiatives for your welfare. So if you're ever seeking any help for your accommodation, for your mental health, for example, or even some legal services, here are some of the resources that you can visit. And again, it's all on their website and they're all for free as well. And then next slide, please, to keep in touch. You can find them all on social media as well. Plus, I really recommend you subscribe to their mailing list because they send out really awesome reminders and full of the events that are happening in the space. And then next slide, very quickly, just a little bit of introduction. Oh, the Haymarket one.
Oh, that's at the end. Ooh.
That's okay. There we are.
Yeah.
Just a quick few words on Haymarket HQ, where I'm from. We are a startup hub that's based in Chinatown, and we help a lot of startups go into global markets or global companies coming into Australia. So if you're someone who has a bit of an entrepreneurial background, or if you've always wanted to do startups, or you have an idea for a business, we'd love to have you come drop by and talk to us because we offer a lot of mentorship, a lot of support programs, and also co-working space here. And just for international students, we developed a program called Fast Forward, and it's basically dedicated to helping you bring your idea into life. So over the course of a couple of weeks, you learn how to change or develop one idea into a proper validated concept for a business. So we've just finished up our cohort for 2020. If you're interested, you can go onto our website and check that out. We'll be opening up expressions of interest for next year. Okay, that's my introduction done. So I'm going to pass it off to Jeff, who's going to talk to us about how to get your dream job with LinkedIn in this digital world. Take it away, Jeff.
All right. Okay. I want to start by sharing with you guys a story about how I was in a really desperate time once, and LinkedIn just saved my life, and so it was 2018. I was working for a startup in China called VIP Kid. I was responsible for it's like a $4 billion startup. I don't know, 12,000 people work there, something like that. But I somehow became responsible for recruiting all of the teachers. It's like an online learning platform. Teachers in the US teach kids in China. I don't know, everybody in China, if you've ever heard of VIP Kid, can you just give me a 1 in the chat? And then we'll see if maybe some ones. It's a pretty big company. So yeah, and I ended up getting poached. Oh, I see a few. I ended up getting poached by Amazon. I was going to go and be a product manager at Amazon for Kindle, and I was going to stay in Beijing. But my partner and I decided, hey, maybe we'll test the waters internationally too. So I kind of put out a few feelers and ended up getting recruited for a job in Singapore with a company called HubSpot. And I was like, you know what, let's do this. Let's do Singapore. So I turned Amazon down, ended up taking the job in Singapore, packed up my, all my belongings, sold off most of the stuff in Beijing, and, got ready to go to Singapore. And a week before I was supposed to go, I get this message: "Hey, Jeff, I'm really sorry," from the recruiting manager. "I'm really sorry, but we have to withdraw the offer. Some things have happened, cuts or something like that." And all of a sudden, here I have all of my belongings packed up, and this job falls through, and I'm ready to go. So I was like, you know what? My partner's from Australia. I'm like, let's do it in Australia. She happened to be in Sydney at the time. So I'm like, okay, I don't know anybody in Sydney. I don't know anything about Australia. I've been here a couple times, but I happen to know that LinkedIn was, one way that I could connect with people. I don't even have to be here. And so over the course of the next few weeks, I connected with over like 1,000 recruiters in Sydney, in Australia, and just started setting up meetings. Hey, let's talk, like, how do you get a job in Sydney? What do you do? How do you, how do you get a job in the tech space? 'Cause I'm in tech. And it was crazy. Within like 3 weeks, I had 3 different job offers. And I didn't submit one resume. I didn't go on any like Indeed or any of those job sites, nothing like that, and I have a network of recruiters who still reach out to me today and like, hey, you need a job, whatever. Like, it is crazy the benefits that it gave me. And so I'm thinking about you guys and how, right now, because of COVID, like, this ability to connect is now, similar to me. Maybe there's some restrictions, but I want to tell you today that those restrictions exist only in your mind, and you can literally have any job, you can talk to anyone, you can do anything you want with the stuff I'm going to show you today. So there's lots of courses out there on Udemy or stuff that's going to show you how to make a good profile and things like that. I'm going to let you guys go and search that for yourself. What I want to show you today is stuff that you can't find in any other course in the world on LinkedIn, because it's how I use LinkedIn for myself. And I'm doing this because I care about you guys. I'm honored to be chosen to, to help you guys today. And so I want to jump into it. So, all right. So I'm going to start here by telling you some of the goals that we have just for today. All right. I want this to be a workshop, and a true workshop that's interactive, because, I'm a kind of slightly ADHD person myself. It's hard for me to sit down and just listen to someone talk for an hour. So I don't want to do that. I want this to be interactive, and I want you guys to really put a line in the sand today and just get started today, transforming your life, transforming your career, by, instead of just listening to me and getting inspired and then going off and watching Netflix or doing whatever else, like when you go back to your ordinary life, I want you to take some actual steps today that are going to lead you, I promise you, to transforming your life and transforming your career. It's nothing short of that. I went from being a ball of nerve stress, having no job, going to a country I had never lived in before, to feeling welcomed, ready, energized, charged. And I want you guys all to feel that same way. All right, so your goals today, I really want you to commit to this right now. Commit to yourself. You're going to do something for yourself today, and do these 2 things. So first thing, I want you to reach out. I'm going to show you how to do this, how to reach out to one person on LinkedIn today. It's not going to be just one ordinary average person. It's going to be someone who can transform your life. And then then the next thing is, I want you to publish one post on LinkedIn today. And I might try and zip through some stuff. Hopefully I'm going to get to it in the end of publishing the post, because that's really integral to the whole like career experience. So what you need, all right, and you really just need 2 things for this class today, for this workshop. One, you need to be logged into LinkedIn. So we're going to give you a minute here to go and log in. If you're not logged in yet, you can do it on your phone, or you can do it on your computer, ideally on your computer, because you're going to be writing today. And yeah, somewhere to write. So maybe you're a Google Keep user, maybe you're an Apple Notes user. Okay. But you need somewhere to write. So me, I use Notes because I'm on a MacBook. So I would just type, notes here, notes. Okay. And I want you to write it in there as we go along. Okay. So if you are hearing this and you're feeling anything right now, you're not a complete dead stone inside, I want you to give me a 1 in the chat. Just go to the chat and type 1 and hit enter. Go and give me a 1. Okay, I'm gonna call out some brave, awesome people. All right. Oh, it's going so fast. Awe, Christine, Aaron, Nishant. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm getting overwhelmed. Just like Carla, Niraz, Suman. Oh, okay. All right. This is all right. It's on. All right. I'm not holding anything back now because you guys are in. So all right. Okay, cool. Let's do this. All right. I want to tell you about something a method that I use that we call the Odyssey Method. All right. And this is what's going to really transform your life using LinkedIn. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about where this comes from, why it's called the Odyssey Method. All right. This picture here, these two Greek guys, this is from a story called the Odyssey. And in the Odyssey, there's this guy, Odysseus. It's like an old Greek story. And there's this guy, Odysseus, who goes off to Troy to fight a war. And he leaves his son back home. And his son is named Telemachus. He's back home in Ithaca. And he didn't want his son to just go through life wandering aimlessly, doesn't know how to like improve his career. Maybe, what do you need to do if you're a prince? You need to learn how to do war, learn how to be a politician, how to be a diplomat, all these things. So he got a teacher for him, a guy called Mentor. The guy's name is Mentor. And the word mentor literally comes from this guy's name in this story, the Odyssey. And so everything I'm going to show you today is all about reaching out to mentors who are going to show you the path to get the career that you've been dreaming of so that you can stop, just dreaming or wishing, and you can start taking actual steps. I'm talking today, actual steps that's going to lead you. You're not going to believe how fast it's going to lead you to realizing your dreams. I'm really promising you this because I know I've lived this and I want you to live it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And 3 things in particular where you're going to be able to talk to anyone, learn anything using LinkedIn. Remember, LinkedIn is just a tool. It could be any, tool. It happens to be a really great tool because you can message anybody, you can reach out to anybody. But the 3 things you can do, you can get your dream job, right? You can get recruited and you can get mentorship. And I'm going to talk a little bit about these 3 distinctions. First of all, the dream job, what you're going to do, and what I'm going to show you how to do, is how to talk to the person who used to have your dream job, right? What better person to tell you how to become, a marketing person at Google than someone who used to do marketing at Google? So it's like, this might seem like common sense. You're like, Jeff, that sounds like common sense, but it's funny, like sometimes the most profound things are actually like, oh yeah, that's common sense, right? So when I realized I could do that, that just opened up so many possibilities because you can talk to them about how they got the job. All right, I'm going to show you anyway. You can talk to them about how they got the job, what it was like working there, what's the culture like, all that stuff. All right, you can get recruited. All right, that's key. This is huge. That's what I was telling you about earlier. So if you have a dream company in mind, right, like Google or or maybe you want to work for like KPMG or TikTok or something like that. So you can talk to people who used to be recruiters at your dream company. So it's their job to go out and find the best and the brightest people who fit that company the best. So if you talk to those people, think about that. Imagine if wherever you are in your house or, if you're in a cafe or wherever you are, if next door there was, 100 recruiters from your dream company were sitting there having coffee. I hope you would be over there talking to them and not here in this course, because you think asking them, how do I get recruited at KPMG or McKinsey or whatever company you want to go to? You think that might help you to get your job? They'll tell you, how do I write a resume? How do I, what kind of people do they look for? What do they look for in people? What kind of, books do they read at that company that's, important to them? So yeah, that's huge. And then mentorship. So, you already have the job. How do you get better at the job? Well, you talk to people who used to do your job. So you could talk to people like, say I get a job at Facebook, as an engineer. Well, one good way to know how to be a good engineer at Facebook, talk to someone who used to be an engineer at Facebook, right? Or you can talk to someone who used to do your job for a competitor. So if you're at Facebook, you can talk to someone who used to do be an engineer at Atlassian or at Canva or something like that. So all those people are going to be able to tell you, hey, here's the code base that you need to use. Here's the skill set. This is what they look for. This is, these skills are in demand. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to get out of the stands here and get into the game and actually show you how to do this in just a minute. All right, so we're going to do a workshop. This is our first workshop. And what I want you to do is choose one of these three things and choose that as your big goal. But first, I'm going to show you, how I do this, just to give you a little bit more inspiration when you're choosing your big goal. So say I want to do marketing for Google Australia, right? Here's how you do that on LinkedIn. All right, I've got LinkedIn up here. I'm going to go show you. Isabel, you can see that, right? You see this?
Yeah.
Just let me know. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So let's say, all right, I want to be a marketer at Google. I'm going to show you one thing that I do all the time. All right, I look for people. Okay, and I look for locations. Let's go Australia. Okay. And I want to know, let's see here. I want someone who does marketing. So I'm going to go into all filters here, and I'm just going to go down to the title, and I'm going to put in here marketing. Great. Okay, so now we have 13,000 people who have marketing in their title in Australia. Okay, and then right, we've got current company here, right? But you can go all filters. If I want to talk to someone who used to do marketing at Google, to say, hey, how'd you get that job, and what was it like working there? In the filters here, I can go to past, where is it here? Past, there we go, past company, Google. Show results. Okay, and here are 146 people who used to work at Google and who are in marketing, right? Because they're keywords, right? Marketing. So, and look, isn't that nice? You can just connect to them right now. I could talk to Anshu right now, right? I'm going to go ahead and send this connection request. So you can send it like that, and she might connect to me. But even better, I'm going to show you how to write an amazing personalized note that's going to really, like, when they open up LinkedIn and they go and look at all the connection requests, it's going to go, hey, wow, this person, Carrie did her research on me, and she's reaching out with like she actually wants to talk to me. She didn't just reach out to a million people. Right. Okay. So that's what we're going to be doing. And you're going to have a chance to do that. Don't worry. Don't get too antsy yet. Right. But I want to show you one other thing that we're going to be doing, which is, say I want to reach a recruiter, right? The company I dream of joining is KPMG. Okay. So if I want to talk to a recruiter who used to recruit for KPMG, all right. So I'm going to go companies. I'm going to change that from Google past company to KPMG. Okay, KPMG. Okay, and they're all in Australia. There we go. Oh, I don't want marketing anymore. I want a recruiter. So I'm going to go title, recruiter. Yep, that didn't work at all. I'm going to choose a different company. Let me go for, how about Microsoft? There we go. Okay, recruiters that I can reach out to. Same thing for Google. And interesting thing about our region too is, yeah, they have recruiters. So these people used to be recruiters at Google, APAC, but a lot of them say that they're like APAC. So instead of saying Australia as the country that they're in, what you can do is you can go APAC. So you can filter by APAC, and then you get all these APAC recruiters who used to work for Google. So if they're a recruiter and they used to work for Google, it's a good chance that they used to recruit for Google. So I could say, hi, Jan, I can connect to her and say, hey, I see that you used to recruit for Google, would love to know the process. How do I get in there? Tell me who they looked for, what's the, I want to talk to you for 20 minutes about how to do that. Okay. So I think you guys are starting to get how this works, right? And that's exactly how I use it. So now let's do our first workshop bit here, which is I want you to choose your big goal from above and really choose what big goal from above do you want to achieve in 2021, right? So it's going to be a statement like this, for example, like my dream job my dream job is to do marketing for Google Australia. Or if you want to get recruited, the company I dream of joining is KPMG. Or mentorship, I want to be a world famous speech therapist, right? I want to talk to someone who used to be who is a speech therapist, right? So I want to find a mentor on LinkedIn. Okay, so we're going to give you, is it 2 minutes, Isabel?
Yep, two minutes is good.
Yeah. Cool. All right, great. So I want you to get on your Google Keep or your notes, and I want you to just type this in here. My dream job is to work at. Okay, I want you to write this down for yourself and really, dream big. My dream job is the company I dream of joining. Okay, and I'll put a timer on. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys 30 more seconds. When you finish up, can you give me a thumbs up in the chat, or give me a 1 in the chat, actually. Just give me a 1 when you're done. Actually, you know what? Paste your what you just wrote, paste that in the chat if you feel so bold. Put that in there, because once you start putting it out in the world, then you're really gonna start getting fired up. Let's see. All right. Okay, dream job, data analyst for Deloitte Australia. Nice. Another Deloitte strategy consultant. Okay, Microsoft as a software developer. Awesome, Sunil. Okay, Oracle developer, civil engineer, Horizon doctor, CEO. Yeah, that's dreaming big. CEO, family lawyer. Awesome. Researcher, lawyer. Great. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay. So I'm seeing some really big dreams there and some great goals. So I'm loving this. I can see you guys are. Sorry? Oh, I heard somebody. Okay, I'm seeing some big goals in there, and I'm really I'm getting fired up for you guys. I'm getting really excited. So yeah, all right, let's get in the game, and we're actually going to start getting going and get it started with that. Okay. All right. So now, what are you going to do with this goal, and how are you going to take steps with this? You're going to use this Odyssey method, right? That we're talking about. We're going to reach out to a mentor, right? And you ready for the steps? There's only 3 steps. Okay. Step 1, you're going to find the right person. Now, I already showed you a bit how to do that. We're not doing this yet. Just stay with me, stay present here. Step 2, you're going to send them a connection request with a personalized note, right? Just like I'm going to show you in a minute exactly how to write it. Don't worry. I'm going to show you the exact format that I used. It's brilliant. And then step 3, you're going to set up a time to talk. So again, if this stuff sounds simple, then or like a matter of fact, yeah, of course that's what you do, then yeah, that's like I said, the most profound things. And yet, you know what, 99% of people will never do this. They're just going to keep on writing resumes. I had one friend, he went back to Las Vegas due to COVID. He was stuck there after going back from China. He had a great job in China, stuck there. He I kept telling him, hey, get in the game. You just go and reach out to recruiters. No, I'm going to put in resumes. He had to submit over 1,000 resumes until he got a job. It took him 9 months to find a job. And I don't need to tell you what kind of agony he went through, because he just wasn't getting any feedback. You put in the resume, you get no feedback, nothing in return. It's like putting it in a black hole, So I want to save you guys all that heartache, because, I don't like to do it. I don't want you to have to do it. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay. So I already showed you a little bit about how to search on LinkedIn by past job. We're going to do that more. The next thing I want to show you is how I keep this organized. So I use a spreadsheet. I use spreadsheets for everything, but I want to share with you guys what this looks like. Okay. This is not like a concept or whatever. This is real stuff I do. Okay. I was looking for a growth marketer to give me to tell me some of their experience about how they ran a company that was like Contact Out, my company. And look at all the people I reached out to. I had conversations with probably, of this, how many people on this list? 75 people on this list. I probably had 10 conversations out of this. I reached out to, connected to them all. And I'll tell you, look, not everybody's going to accept your connection request, but probably 30 to 40%. So out of these 75, there would have been 20, 30, 35 people who connected. And 1 out of three of those people is going to be willing to talk to you. If you reach out to them with sincerity, they're going to talk to you. So here's the format, right? I organize this by putting their LinkedIn URL. I put in the connection message here. And I even put in the calendar invite here. You don't have to worry too much about that. But this connection message, that's part of the magic right there. But the real magic here is just staying organized, right? Because unless you've reached out to at least 100 people, you really don't know. You're only gonna, if you say reach out to 100 people, you're gonna get 30 connections. You might have 5 conversations, right? If you only reach out to 5 people, you're gonna get discouraged and quit. So it's, you do have to reach out to a lot of people. And I don't want you guys to get discouraged by that. Okay. People have a lot of things going on. Maybe they're busy in their family, maybe, their wife had an emergency. Maybe they just don't use LinkedIn, right? But you're going to reach out to and connect with this many people. And believe me, you're going to be so clear about this job and how to do it that, you'll have no uncertainty. Trust me. All right. So what I did for you guys is I created a spreadsheet that is just like this one. And what I want you guys to do is go on this outreach spreadsheet. There's actually a link. Isabel, are you providing the link, or we paste it in there? Probably. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and drop it in here. Okay. And what I want you guys to do is just stay present with me for 1 second. Open up that link and just go File, Make a Copy. And just put your name in here. And then it's yours. Okay. And I'm going to give you guys, a minute to do that. If you don't end up being able to figure out how to do this, don't worry about it too much. Just write it out in your notes and you'll be fine. Okay. I'm going to give you a minute to do that. I'm going to show you one more time here. So you're going to open this link. You're going to click on this link that we gave you in the chat. You're going to go File, and then Make a Copy, and just put your name in there. I'm going to give you guys one more minute to do that. Okay, cool. All right. Now, whether you were able to do that or not, don't freak out if you weren't able to do it. Stay present with me, because the most important thing today is for me to get all this content out. We have probably about 35 minutes left, so I want to make sure make sure that we make good use of our time. And also, I want you to be present with me while I show you how I use this. All right. So to stay organized, right? I come up with big goals, right? I want to, for example, let's say I want to, this is for my job, right? I want to get a job with Deloitte, or let me see, mentorship. I want to learn what it's like to work at Deloitte, right? Okay, and then each down here in the tabs here, I've got whether it's a dream job or you want to talk to a recruiter, whatever sounds good to you. I have created one row where I explain, I'm giving you an example of how you would do this. All right, so you take the person that you found, you take their LinkedIn URL. So here's mine, for example. If you want to connect to me, later you can click that, stay present with me. Okay. And then you put my first name here, and then you write the message here. That's it. And if you want to talk to a recruiter, then you would do the same thing. Go to get recruited, put in the company here, Deloitte. I want to talk to a recruiter at Deloitte. Right, LinkedIn URL, whatever it is. Put in a LinkedIn URL. Okay, paste it in there. Whoops. And that's put her name here, Leanne. And then the message, right? Which we're going to type together. We're going to write it together. Don't worry. We don't need to fill that in yet. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, give me a 1 in the chat if you were able to do that. Again, don't freak out if you weren't able to do that. But if you were, give me a 1. Okay, great. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, and we're going to be sending this presentation around, I think. Is that right, Isabella? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so you're going to see this. You'll be able to follow along later.
Yeah, we'll be sending all the files to you guys after.
Awesome. Perfect, perfect. So if you haven't done that yet, don't freak out. Don't, stay with me. But we're going to be using this. If you haven't, just go into your notes, stay in your notes, make sure you're logged into LinkedIn. If you have, great. We're going to be writing in there. Okay, cool. All right, now we got one last thing to do before we're going to send that first connection, and that is to write the connection message. All right. So I came upon this recently. Not recent, this was a while ago. This method called the RRR method for cold outreach for writing a message, and it is gold. All right. Because, it's actually hard to, what's the first thing you say to someone when you reach out to them on LinkedIn? It's like, I would like to add you to my network is usually like what people say. And then I'm like, close. No. They don't know me. They're just, they're just connecting to a bunch of people. I don't care. So I'm going to show you the exact formula that I use to write the perfect connection message. And this works for email. It works for you want to reach out to anybody you want to talk to, you want to be a director, film director. You would write it like this. You want to talk to a doctor, you want to learn how to do be a doctor in a town, in Brisbane, this is how you would reach out to them. And here's how it goes. Relevance, reward, request. It's 3 short sentences. Okay. And that's the format. All right. So relevance, right? The first thing you say to them is, hey, why do they matter to you, right? Okay, so I want to reach out to, Bob from Google, who used to be at Google, a marketer at Google. Bob, I see you used to be a marketer at Google. That's, and I want to do that. I want to be a marketer at Google, right? So that's relevant, right? Reward, what do they get out of it? Okay, so there's 2 things. Oh, thanks, Google. Google is talking to me. There's 2 things that you're going to use here. All right, in terms of the reward of what they get out of it. One is going to be they get the reward of enriching someone's life and helping them on the pathway to realizing the career that they want. And I'm going to tell you why this matters to someone like me, right? I've been working for 20 plus years, right? Why do I say yes when people contact me and say, hey, I'd like to talk to you for 15 minutes, I'd like to have a call. Why do I say yes? First of all, they reach out to me with authenticity. Hey, I want to, get a tech job in China and I'm worried. I don't know how to do it. I see you had a tech job in China. You worked for VIP Kid, I want to talk to you. Man, if that's coming from the heart from you, 5 times out of 10, they're probably going to say yes. 5 times, 8 times, 10 times, depends on how heartfelt it is, right? And how relevant they are, right? But yeah, and then the other thing, now this one is a little controversial, but I want you to just throw that out the window. Forget about why it's controversial or anything like that, is you can offer to pay them, right? So I do this with recruiters. I say, look, you used to be a recruiter at Google. I want to get a job at Google. I want to get a job at Google. You were a recruiter. I want to know how you do that. I'd love to talk to you for 20 minutes. Hey, happy to pay for your time. And typically, like, I'd offer for like 20 minutes. I'd say 20 minutes. I'd say, hey, I'm happy to pay for your time. I'll give them $50, $100, right? Now, for those of you who are saying, oh, I'm on a tight budget, totally understand that. Totally get that. I completely understand. But like for a recruiter, if it's their job and they're helping you and it's like they're giving you this gold information about exactly how to get the job, right? That's their job, right? They get paid to do this. So it's not absurd to pay them for that. And I know it sounds crazy, but that can really be effective, right? And like even just saying happy to pay for your time, and then when they talk, or when they reply and they go, okay, yeah, sure. Just say, okay, I'll give you $50, $100. Maybe I'll take you to lunch, or I'll have a coffee with you. But a lot of cases that's not going to be possible, COVID, or if you're out of the country or if you're out of the city. So, I really want you to take ownership of this degree that you got, and go out there, tell your mom and dad, say, look, I have this degree now. I really want to transform my career. I need $500 because I'm going to be paying recruiters to tell me how to get this job. Right. So I do that. I really do that. And I'm telling you, when you pay them, then they really take it seriously. Like they'll actually, plan it and be like, oh, I better introduce them to people. I better like really help, they'll actually give you much better information and much more rich information. Recruiters, especially, this is for those of you who want to talk to a recruiter. Right. And then the request, keeping that really, really clear. I want to talk to you for 20 minutes. I want to have a 20-minute call, 20-minute Google Hangout, 15 minutes, whatever you feel comfortable asking them. But it's got to be at least, it's normally probably about 20 minutes, for you to get, because you're going to talk for 5 minutes about, just who are you and stuff. So you want to have that time. And what I find is often, the time will go over, but, you can book another call. Hey, look, I got so much out of this. I would love to talk to you again. Okay, great. Let's find a time. Or they'll just stay on and say, look, happy to stay on. And you go, okay, all right. And make sure you continue to reward them, right? So it's 3 short sentences. You're going to add yours to the outreach spreadsheet. I'm going to give you a minute to do that. But again, I'm going to show you, some examples. This is gold right here, where I'm going to show you some examples that I wrote for you guys. Okay. Here's the format, okay? And see if you can identify the 3 R's, all right? And I'll show you as I go. Okay, so here's somebody who would reach out to me. They would say something like this. I'm just gonna increase the size here of the window. And I'm gonna go, here we go. I'm gonna wrap this, there we go. Okay, all right. So this is somebody reaching out to me who wants to get a job at the company I used to work at, VIP Kid. Hi, Jeff. This is the connection request. Hi, Jeff. I see you used to run digital marketing for VIP Kid. I'd love to one day be a part of the marketing team at VIP Kid. And I'm looking for experienced people who might be willing to mentor me. Would you be open to a 15-minute phone call to give me some guidance, right? Or a 20-minute phone call. All right, so see if you can identify the 3 R's here. All right, I'll give you a minute to identify. All right, relevance, reward, request. Okay, so the relevance, I see you used to run digital marketing for VIP Kid. Spot on. Now I know that you're writing this message to me, not just, you're not just a rando. You want to talk directly to me. I'd love to one day be a part of the marketing team at VIP Kid. Okay. More relevance. All right, and here's the request, right? I'm looking for experienced people. Oh, sorry, here's the reward. I'm looking for experienced people who might be willing to mentor me. So there's the word right there, that's the reward. Mentor, remember? The Odyssey, right? So why would someone want to mentor you for free? You know, and I'll tell you, it's because all of us, we've been where you are now, right? We've been uncertain, not knowing where to go in our career. And we remember what that feeling feels like, you know? So that's why, we'd be willing. A lot of people would be willing, to say, sure, yeah, I'll 15 minutes. Yeah, all right, that's not going to kill my day, right? And you see, I'm not offering, there's no payment here, there's no money, right? But would you be open to a 15-minute phone call to give me some guidance? So hey, look, you've ring fenced it. I know it's only 15 minutes. So, I'd have to be cold inside not to say yes, or really, really busy, or not on LinkedIn, right? Okay. I'm going to show you one more here, the Get Recruited. Okay. And if, by the way, if some of you are doing the mentorship, I'm realizing as I go through this that, I probably bit off more than I could chew. I think one of these two would probably be plenty, to go for. But if you want to do the mentorship, when we get to that point, let me know. And I'll stop and show you that. But yeah, here's what I would say to a recruiter. Okay. Hi, Jeff. Imagine if I was a recruiter for VIP Kid. I see you used to be a recruiter for VIP Kid. Okay, that's relevant. Yes, I was. I'd love to one day be part of the marketing team at VIP Kid, and I'm looking for some tips on getting my foot in the door. Okay, super relevant, right? That's right. I know how to do that. Would you be open to a 20-minute phone call to give me some guidance? Okay, and this is the request, and here's the reward. Happy to pay for your time, right? And sometimes I'll even put in there, 20 minutes, happy to pay you, $100 for your time. Okay, $50 for your time, or, happy to take you to lunch or take you to coffee, right? Think about what you're comfortable with and what's possible for you, right? And what's the reward for them? What's in it for them? Okay, so if you get stuck in a minute, there's these example messages, okay? But let's go ahead and take a few minutes, and you're going to write this message. All right, you're going to write these 3 short sentences in that RRR format. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to write it. If you're in the spreadsheet, you're going to put it directly in the spreadsheet. Okay, so you're going to go, okay, if you're looking for someone who used to have your dream job, you'll put it here, and you'll write it here. It might be tough to do it here. Actually, I just realized because you don't get sentence breaks in here. So maybe you do it in notes. Hi, first name. I see you used to ... I'm trying to get a job in ... Would you be open for, to ... Thanks. And it's nice to put that thanks at the end. This increases the chance they're going to reply to you. Thanks. You thank them. It's kind of a reciprocity there. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put the timer on again, and I'm going to go 2 minutes. All right. We are getting so close to life transformation. I can taste it right now. So I'm getting super excited for you guys. Okay. And I want you to go ahead, go into your notes, and go ahead and write this message. I'm going to leave this one up so that you have the template and you can follow it. I'm going to leave this on the screen. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. All right,
Jeff,
when you're, oh, go ahead, yeah.
Just as people are finishing up, there's a question in the chat. Would you recommend
Yep.
any other columns of information to help us document better for all the reaching out that we have done?
Oh, yeah, I would actually, because, the next step after this, after the message would be, meeting. And then you put in the, the date of the meeting so that you can, organize that. But, when it comes to the meeting, well, one of the things that I do actually is, and I'll show you in my, one that's filled out here, I have the connection message, and then I also have the calendar invite. So for those of you who use Google Calendar or something like that, I highly recommend it, right? You put in the actual calendar invite. So in the text of the calendar, this is getting really advanced here, But in the text of the calendar invite, you actually put, hi, we're going to talk about this. And then you invite them by asking them what their email address is. But you don't worry about that, yet too much. But that I do that. Here's one that I put, but yeah, and I'll show you my calendar because I'm doing this right now. We're using this similar method to recruit people. So I talked to today. I had a lovely chat with someone who some people I'm recruiting. I'm recruiting content marketers for Contact Out. So here's here's what the meeting looks like. I put his email address in as a guest, and then I put in the description, I put the message of the message of the relevance of our meeting. So this is going to increase the chances that you get some really good gold in here. You put your LinkedIn URL, you put some information about what you're looking to get. Like that would be that going that extra mile. So, but baby steps. Okay. All right. If anyone's feeling bold, I want you to copy and paste your connection message in the chat and share that. For those people who really want to transform your life, put it in there so people can see and take a stand here. Watch, I'm looking for who's going to be the first really bold person here. All right, probably we need some more time. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more time to finish writing this message. I feel so owned right now. So I didn't see anyone. That's okay. Just as long as you have your message written, because we're about to, in a second here, we're about to connect. Okay, all right. Anyone else finishing up? Give me a 1 when you're done. All right. Awesome. Cool. All right. Mithilesh. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, getting okay. Now here we go. This is great. This is brilliant. All right, the people I want to acknowledge the people who are really going for it. You guys are absolutely transforming your future and giving yourself. You're really taking a stand for yourself right now. I just want to acknowledge how awesome you are. So that is amazing. Okay, cool. This is great. All right. Cool. All right, now we're gonna let's do this. All right, we're gonna go ahead and send the connection request. So you're gonna find the person that you want to connect with, one person, and you're gonna send this connection request. And I'm gonna do it right along with you. Okay. So this is the last step. All right, we're gonna connect with the person. So again, one more time, I'm gonna show you how to find someone who used to work for that company or someone who used to have the job that you wanted to do. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to do that. Okay. And you're going to actually copy and paste this connection message straight into LinkedIn. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and what am I going to do here? I am going to find somebody. Oh, sorry, did you have something, Isabel? No, okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do find another person here. Okay, and I'm going to go and look for someone who used to be, what did I see? A data analyst. Okay, data analyst. All right, I want you guys to go ahead and go into your LinkedIn, and I want you to do what I've just done, but type in the job title that you're looking for. Okay. And then I want you to click on people. All right. And I want you to go into all filters. Next, we're going to do the title. Okay. So we're going to scroll all the way down, go into the title. and I want you to type that same thing, that the same job title that you just searched for. So I put in here data analyst. Okay, you go show results. All right, 329,000 so far. I'm going to filter it down more. All right, next, I'm going to look for people who are just in Australia. So I want you to go back into all filters and scroll down and look for locations. Then I want you to choose Australia, or if you want it to be anywhere in APAC, you can put in here APAC. Okay. And then finally, most important, you're going to put the company, right? So, okay, I want you to go in, scroll down and find past company here. Okay, past company, I'm going to go for Deloitte. And I'm going to show results. Okay, so I see 52 people here. 52 people I can connect to. All right. Anybody having problems with that? Please put in the chat box. Tell us your problem. Okay, but I want you to go in. Yeah, go into LinkedIn. People, set up your filters and make sure that's past company. Now, if you don't find anyone from that company, think of a similar company, right? I'm going to go KPMG, right? Because that would be relevant as well to the consulting world. Okay, and that increases to 75. All right. Okay, anybody have any problems? Can't do it. Just, yeah, type your problem into the chat. Okay, all right, I'm not seeing any problems. So here we go. All right, we're gonna do this. All right, I want you guys to find someone from this list. Okay, just look at their picture. Oh, I see one problem. Always find who used to do the job. Yeah, okay, yeah, anyone who used to do the job or a similar job title, right. If I want to be a marketer for Google, yeah, I want to find someone who did marketing, who does marketing, job title, and who used to work at Google. Or if I want to be a diplomat, is it okay to reach a current employee at your dream company? Yes, I think it is. Just think about what's the experience of doing that. So, right, if I, for example, let's say, I want to be the head of marketing at Spotify, right? And I reach out to the head of marketing at Spotify and I go, hi, I see you're the head of marketing at Spotify. I want to be the head of marketing at Spotify, right? So I want you to quit your job and tell me how to become the head of marketing, right? That's a little bit more difficult. That's why I say it's someone who used to work at the company. They might not, they're not going to be any issues of like, oh, maybe this person's going to try and replace me or something like that. So that's why it kind of opens it up that they can talk freely. The thing is, if they still work at the company, they can't really talk as freely. That's why it's someone who used to work at the company, right? Because, yeah, I used to work there. Sure, I'll tell you whatever you want to know. All right, I have another question here from Alice. If, for example, I'm searching for researcher, but specifically for the life sciences sector and not marketing, how do I filter that? Okay, so yeah, I think you can go by, in LinkedIn, I think you have by school, industry. Yeah, so you have industry here, right? So you can choose an industry, for example. So that would be filter someone who, what is it? Life sciences, right? So you would find the right industry. Is there a life sciences? Nope. So you'd have to choose, I don't know what that would be, like biology, maybe? I actually don't know. Medicine? Maybe medicine. Yeah, you'll know better than me. But yeah, you can filter by industry. That's useful. Okay, all right, seeing some more connection messages come through. Great. All right, good. All right, let's do this. Okay. All right, so choose the person, find that connect button, push it. Okay, and this is gonna pop up. You can customize the invitation. You can add a note to personalize your invitation to Roger Gu. Okay, so I'm gonna click on add a note and I'm gonna paste in here my message that I just wrote. So I want you to go to your, I want you to go to your message, right? And just paste it in here, right? So it should be Personalized. Hi, Roger. So you used to do consulting, be a data analyst for Deloitte, maybe, I guess this used to be. Yeah. I'd love to one day work for Deloitte. And I'm looking for experienced people who might be willing to mentor me. Would you be open to a 15-minute phone call to give me some guidance? Thanks, Jeff. Everybody get that? So that's how simple it is right there. I'm gonna leave that up there for a second. All right, I'm not gonna click send, but after you click send, I want you to choose an emoji that describes your feeling after you click send. Let's see some emojis come through. That's all good. All right, who's gonna be the first emoji to come through? I see a smiley face from Ag Shami. Okay, I see. By second, I mean they're connected to a person who's connected. Oh, okay. Yeah, somebody asked, what under connections there, first, second, third, what does this mean? Yes, that means first means you're already connected. Second means somebody who's connected to someone who you're connected to. And third, yeah, someone you're connected to who's connected to someone who you're connected to. Yeah. All right, let's see some emojis come through. I've only gotten one smiley face so far. Come on, guys. All right, Siddhanta, I see a smiley face with a nose. I see a winky face. Come on, guys. I need at least 10 more. 10 more. There's number 4, Ashwini. Awesome. Okay, Brian with the fire and smiley emoji. I'm loving that. Carla with a smiley. Carla with a winky. Yethmi with a smiley. All right, Ashwini, that's right. Started somewhere, feeling good. Ashwini, I want you to commit right now to doing this 10 more times tonight. And so you start getting some connections. I'm telling you, this is going to transform your life. Nishant, I see a bullseye. Yeah, nice. Okay, Kumar's got a big smiley face. Awesome. That's my favorite smiley. Okay, and I see a question from Alice. We don't have access to profiles of members outside our network. How to overcome that? Okay. So LinkedIn has become a little more restrictive, and they sometimes, if you visited too many, the answer to this, and I'm not 100% on this, but I think the end of the paid accounts. Okay, and again, this is they're asking you for another $60 or something like that here, but again, this is your career we're talking about, right? So I think the answer is you upgrade. I'm not 100% on that. Maybe Isabel, if you could fact check that for me. Okay, awesome. All right, well, that's a lot of emojis. Okay, I'd love to see some more. All right, I'm gonna wait for 3 more emojis. I want 3 more emojis. Come on, guys. I want to make sure everybody gets through. Okay, big smile from Iftiaj. Thank you. Need 2 more, guys. 2 more. You know, put yourself out there. Don't let yourself just go, oh, I did the course. All right. Yeah, Floyd. Okay, double smiley. And then Leslie with the star eyes. Awesome. Okay. All right. And then I have a message here from Isabel. Isabel, do you want to just jump on and explain, or do you want me to?
Oh, okay. So usually if someone is private or you can't really see their profile, it means that they've set their profile in private. A lot of the times you can still connect with them. So just make sure you click on the little dots and see if that option is still available. But otherwise, I'm pretty sure you have to have a premium account. As Jeff mentioned, it's something like $60 a month. And if you feel like that's going to be really beneficial for you, then that's a cost that you can spend. Otherwise, there is a free trial, I believe, of 1 month. So maybe you can just get the trial and then send out as many messages as you can within that period.
Yeah, they recently restricted it actually. It used to be you could send 100 connection requests per day, and now it's 100 per week. But I want to tell you why that's a good thing. It's because you're going to get a higher response rate if you really, put a little bit of thought into each message. And look, I didn't have to personalize this too much, right? But this format is the one that works best for me. I get about a 40% connect rate from this. You'll also get a better connect rate with second connection. So the more connections you get, the more you can get, if you know what I mean. So once you're connected to one data analyst from Deloitte, it's going to be even easier to connect with more data analysts from Deloitte, because they're going to look, when they see your connection request come through, I'll show you what it looks like actually, because I get a ton of these. You're going to see who they're connected to. So where's some connection requests? Hey, actually, I'm not seeing any in here. Oh, there it is, my network. That's right, it's in my network. Okay, so you guys can see actually, look at the difference between, what's up, Nehal? Yeah, nice, I'm accepting this right away. So this is a perfect example. Nehal, I'm sorry if you're shy, but I'm not sorry actually. I'm taking a stand for you right now. Okay, so look at the difference here between, Pilar, okay, I'm glad that you connected with me, but it's just a connection request comes through, right? But for Nehal, I see, here's a little personalized message, and here's the relevance right away. I attended the Zoom meeting where you were the guest speaker, and so I'm definitely open to this. I really love the suggestions and tips you gave regarding making a social presence on LinkedIn. Oh, that means so much to me. Thank you, Nehal. Yeah, if possible, can I remain in contact with you and ask for more tips later? You bet. Absolutely. So I'm accepting this first, and I'll accept the rest of yours. But I really want to recognize Nehal for putting in look at this, Ashwini. Yeah, Ashwini. I'm currently getting a guys, I'm so moved by this, really. I'm really moved by this. So that's awesome, right? But that's the experience that the people you're reaching out to are going to get, right? So if you write them a personalized message, they're going to be much more likely to reach out. And also that message is going to be, they're going to see that too when they message you for the first time, so. I'm going to tell Nehal, thanks for taking a stand for your career and future. Happy to help anytime. So that's how it works, guys. This is how it works, and that's what it looks like on the receiving end. All right, anybody feeling that? Anybody feeling a little bit of energy right now? Give me a 1 if you're feeling some energy right now and you're feeling like anything's possible right now. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, so many 1s. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh man, this is give me life. Okay, good. All right, guys, we have 13 more minutes. I want to show you one last thing here before we leave. And I'm not going to have time for questions, but guess what? You're going to be connected to me on LinkedIn, so you can ask me questions. And we can connect that way as well. But you've sent your first connection request, right? So now what I want you to do, I'm going to show you also how to go viral so that you take a stand at the same time. So you now know what's your dream job, what you want to do. And I want to show you the great thing about LinkedIn, which is posting content and getting awareness from people in your network from your content. Okay. So I want to show you how to go viral, and I'm going to show you real quick a couple of my posts that went viral. Okay. So here's one that did okay. From the 10X program, I posted this, and it was an end of year post where I was thanking people. One of the people I thanked, by the way, is my current boss, Rob Leo from Contact Out, right? One of the most amazing guys ever. He's the one who taught me this Odyssey method. He is incredible guy, right? I thanked him a year ago, and 9 months ago, I started working with him. So what I'm going to show you is the way to make a post go viral. It's very simple, actually. You mention the people in the post who give you life and who inspired you to make that post. So these are all the people who inspired me to make that post. Here's my partner, Tash, James, who's like amazing. He's the one I met Rob and Andreas through. Will, who used to be my boss. She used to be my direct report. She used to be my direct report. Jared is one of the best growth hackers ever. So what happens is when you mention these people, LinkedIn definitely shows them the post in their feed, but it also shows it to their connections too, because it's recognizing them. So, you know, this one, you can see the reactions, 7,000 views. This one is a video. I think it had like 20,000 views on that video. Videos work great. Photos and videos, you know, like you get a bonus for photo, you get a huge bonus for video because it's really authentic. That's you, you know, that is you. And then here, this one was a course that I ran on growth marketing. And I mentioned in there, I don't really even know all these people in my life, but they're all the people who I took inspiration from when I created my course. So here's the course, right? And it's the PDF of the course, but I also mentioned all these people. And this ended up being one of the top posts in marketing for like a week. And it got like, I don't know, 20,000 views. So, you know, it's so great. It's so amazing. Just like what happens from this. So what I want you guys to do, we have 10 more minutes. So what I want you guys to do is to take a stand for your career right now. And you're going to put a post on LinkedIn. And that post is going to be, it's going to mention 5 people who inspired and moved and touched you on your journey to becoming that person that, you know, doing that job, joining that company that you want to join. And there's 5 people. I want you to think of 5 people in your life who have touched you, and hopefully they're your LinkedIn connections. If you don't have them on LinkedIn, go find them and add them, right? But I want you to find 5 of your connections on LinkedIn, and you're going to be mentioning them in a post where you're going to declare your big goal for 2021. Okay, so here's the directions. I'm going to read it out because here it is. You're going to make a viral post thanking the people who influenced you the most and telling the world your big goal on LinkedIn. You're going to make a post. You're going to mention at least 6 people. I said 5. Why 6? Because you're also going to mention me. So you're going to do that. And the way you do that is with the @ symbol in the post I'm going to show you in a second. And actually, you know, I'm going to have some fun and I'm going to go and mention some of you guys who just added me. Okay. In the post, who have inspired you along the way to this goal and who will hold you accountable to it, including me. Bonus, add a photo. You can grab any photo you want, put it up there. I guarantee you it's going to make it go all the more viral. And if you really want to, you know, get extra credit, make a video, and in the video talk about why you have that goal, you know, and then one day you're going to look back on it when you're a data analyst at Deloitte and go, wow, I remember that day when I chose that and I decided that. It's going to be a permanent record of your decision to, you know, really make and create the thing in your life that you always dreamed of creating, you know? All right, so I'm going to do this here. And first I'm going to start off, I'm going to go into my network here and I'm going to add, let's see here. I'm going to add you lovely people who are adding me. Okay, Ravath. Okay, I'm going to paste your names in here. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, Ravath. RT. Okay, Jesse Joe. Kumar. Awesome. Kumar Magar. I'm really sorry if I'm saying your names wrong. Away. Okay. Away. Let's go. Lakshmi. All right, there. So what I'm going to do is all right, here's how you make a post. Okay, just go to LinkedIn and you start typing. All right, I'm going to take a photo. Let me take a photo. Can I just take it from here actually? No. Okay. Let's just use this photo. Okay, just to show you guys, like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Full of life after teaching an amazing session with Isabel. Of course, I'm going to mention you, Isabel Lee. Oops. Okay, so notice I put @ Isabel, and then all my Isabel friends come up, and then I go first, and then it mentions her, and it makes it bold. And Haymarket HQ, I'm going to mention Haymarket HQ too. for Isabel. Tell me who else I should tag in here, please. Fast
Study
forward.
New South Wales.
Hey,
Study New South Wales.
Study New South Wales.
Actually, I don't think they have a group. I think they're just a hashtag on LinkedIn.
For shame.
Mhm.
All right. Study NSW.
Yep.
Okay. What you tell me what I should write.
Life after teaching amazing sessions.
Oh, okay. Actually, all right. Anything else I should mention? I'm gonna say from the heart. More than well, how many people did we have today?
I think about 90.
90 people declaring their let's say taking a stand for their careers and their futures. Okay, what else should I put in here? You're great at social media.
Well, I can take a sample.
That's right. All right. You guys, yeah. All right. So now I'm going to start. Here we go. I'm going to thanks so much for attending. And look, if I wanted this post to go super viral, and maybe I will actually go in after and put the rest of you, but I have my own thing to go to, which is I'm doing Landmark Forum, which is a thing that, you know, it's like kind of helps you. It helps you really figure out, like, you know, what's blocking me and how do I really be my best self. So I'm doing the last day of that in 15 minutes. I'm going to finish that up. And here
the students who are watching right now who aren't connected with Jeff, feel free to find the post and then comment as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I will come back in here and I'm going to edit this later. No, you know what? I have time. Okay, you guys keep writing. You guys keep writing your post, take your photo, whatever. All right. And I am going to keep on. All right. I'm going to keep on adding people's names here. Yeah, Christine.
Also, sorry if we don't end up mentioning you because you slipped through the cracks. But as I said, feel free to come find and comment on Jeff's post afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. J. Brian. Dot. I recommend you put your last name in there, Brian. I saw your name's Brian, which is amazing, but, you know, let people know. Unless you're like, you know, I don't know, maybe that's your brand.
It's like
All
shit.
right. Totally. Press that.
Got a quick question in the chat. Julian asks, should I also reach out to people on LinkedIn if I want to get an entry-level position in their firm? Yeah,
absolutely. Do you want to talk about that, Isabel, while I'm doing this busy work?
Sure. Well, I think this method stands true for any sort of job that you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be the top dog job all at once. And for sure, you can even find someone who is, I guess, lower on the totem pole to give you guidance as well, because they would have gone through exactly the same processes you would go through into climbing the ranks of whatever corporation or business that you want to join. So I definitely think this is a very, very useful concept. So for sure, if you want to get an entry-level position, definitely try out the same method. And even if you go after the top, you know, the big marketing director or whatever, the opportunities that you get will also be entry level as well, depending on your experience. So yeah, don't be afraid to try that out.
Thanks, Isabel.
Oh, awesome. So many people to tag.
All right. Yeah, this post is going to go super viral. Yeah.
Oh, and then one thing as well, for everyone watching, when you're doing your own viral post, feel free to tag everyone else in the webinar as well, because they're extra connections that you've made during this Zoom call.
See, Brian, I couldn't find you because I didn't have your last name. So yeah, definitely add your add a last name. That'll make it easier for people to find you. All right, got some more to do here.
Yanni says, I guess we can't tell our big goal to the world if we're currently employed. What is the best way to subtly tell our goal?
Well, you know, you already have the job, right? So take a stand and say, oh, you know, I want to, you know, I just learned how to become the best, whatever in the world, or think about what you want to do in your job, that like, and then for you, by the way, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be using that third one, which is the mentor outreach, right? So to become better at your job, you're going to find people who used to work for your competitors and did the same job as you at your competitors, and ask them, hey, how did you do your job? What worked? What didn't work? So maybe think about, what do you want to create in your job? What do you eventually like? Where do you want to reach in your job, and what do you want to achieve in your job, right? And and just say, look, I learned, how to achieve, anything I want in my job, and what I choose and what I'm going to create is fill in the blank.
I think you've got a few of the names wrong, actually.
Do I?
Yeah.
Which one?
Lakshmi, sorry if I say your name wrong. Prathusha?
Okay, thank you.
Lakshmi. And then
Thank you.
There's also Pilar Guerrero. I think you got the wrong one as well.
Is this one Lakshmi Venkatesh?
No, I don't think so. No.
Another one?
There, the one underneath.
This one? Lakshmi Narasimhan?
Down.
This one?
Yeah, perfect.
There you go, Lakshmi. Okay, cool.
And then we've got Pilar Guerrero instead of Pilar Catala.
Thank you. Yep. Cool.
Did anyone else get their name wrong? A few other people asking for mentions. Do you have a Julian Valencia?
Julian Valencia?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, put your name in the chat if you want me to mention you. Diana Jones. There we go. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's quite a few. Maybe I'll just send it to you afterwards.
No, I'm gonna leave this up and I'll post this later. I might take another photo also, because this is my profile photo. That's a little awkward. But yeah, don't trip out about your photo, guys. Just put any photo on there. Like, just put your thumb up and maybe write an inspirational word on a piece of paper, like 2021, or something that appeals to you, right? So that they know, hey, you're present for this. You're putting your heart into this. Well, look, guys, this is about as much fun as you can have in a workshop for me. So I want to thank all of you for coming today, and I especially want to give a huge thanks to Isabel. And if you guys can please, I'm going to turn on the gallery again. Can you guys just give a quick clap for Isabel with your response?
Oh, thank you.
And all that's for you, Isabel.
Oh,
soak it in. Soak it in. Take it. Come on, Carol. Come on, Ashwini. Brian.
Very
Young. Yeah. I want to recognize you, Isabel.
To have everyone in here today.
Yeah. And thanks so much. And yeah, and now you're all connected to me on LinkedIn. So I'm going to have a very busy week ahead of me, but guess what? I'm here for that. Okay. Cause I'm going to back you guys and I want to support you guys in everything that you do. All right. And yeah, anything else before we sign off? Cause I got to run to Landmark, but yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. Feel free to go. I can wrap up from here and take a few more questions.
All right.
Yeah, a very, very, very big thank you to Jeff once again. I'm sure everyone has learned so much, and not only learnt, but they've actually went and then sent messages. And I don't think anyone was expecting to take the first steps to the rest of their lives today, really. So yeah, very, very grateful to have you. Good luck at Landmark, and hopefully we'll see you soon and perhaps on LinkedIn.
Thanks, guys. All right, back yourself.
Cool. And just for everyone who's still here, just want to mention that I will send out all the presentation slides as well as that Excel sheet. I'll actually put the links back into the chat. So if you guys want to just take it now, it would be a good time. So let's see, here is sorry, give me a second. All right, here is the presentation slides from today. And here is the Excel spreadsheet with all the templates from today. And just remember that with the Excel spreadsheet, or the Google Sheet, sorry, you have to make a duplicate for yourself, or you can just download it straight away. So anyways, I hope you guys had a really awesome session. As we mentioned, we'll try and get everyone's LinkedIn tags on Jeff's post. Otherwise, feel free to message him or comment on the post itself. Feel free to connect with me or Jeff. And I'm really, really looking forward to seeing everyone's posts, especially if you tag us, we'll be able to track. And also the best of luck for your careers going forward. And it might be a bit scary, you might not have a goal yet, but as long as you take the first step, you'll eventually get there. Just a quick shout out to Study New South Wales as well. If you want to check out some of their other workshops for other skills, it's all on their website. So yeah, I'll see you soon and hopefully on LinkedIn. Bye-bye.